getting those big time movie roles, especially a lot of black people. They get to Netflix and they're doing Tubi. So I definitely been seeing Katt Williams on Tubi. I kind of think some of it is sour grapes because some of the people that he exposed, they reached way more levels of success than he did. So I do think sour grapes are in there. But just because you got sour grapes, that don't mean that he wasn't telling the truth also. And then, if y'all remember, just a few weeks back, Gilbert Arenas, he just made the airways when he was saying that he overheard Harvey Weinstein and some other guys talking about how they, basically ran a train on Halle Berry for Halle Berry to get the movie role she was getting. So it really is something to that a lot of these successful actors and entertainers, that a lot of them are selling themselves out to get those roles. That's the part I wanted to touch on. Like everybody else caught up with all the other stuff, but it's like, let's really dig into that. Do y'all think that Harvey Weinstein is the only guy in Hollywood that was doing that? No. It's still some dudes that's walking around scot-free right now. Some of your favorite actors and actresses that got the movie roles had to bend over. Male and female had to bend over. I'm going to say it raw. That's why they got the movie roles. And so I think that Katt Williams, same thing Norby said. If y'all remember on Drink Champs, what Norby said, it's 3 doors you got to go behind. You either get that independent single door, you get that door with the Illuminati, and you get that sacrifice door. Which door you going to choose to go behind to get that success? So now it got me questioning damn near all the favorite Hollywood actors and actresses that we look up to, especially the ones that's black. What did they have to do to get those roles? What did they have to do? What did Will Smith have to do? What did Wesley Snipes have to do? I'm even go here. What did Denzel Washington have to do? Let's keep going. What did Morgan Freeman have to do? We know what Halle Berry had to do. What did Angela Bassett have to do? It got me questioning this. It's like, are these people getting on because of their talent? Now, don't get me wrong. These are naturally talented people. Everybody who I named is at the top of the top. But what Katt Williams is bringing up to the forefront is that it seemed like they all had to make some kind of deal to get that role, because the powers that be and the people who pulling the strings up top, that's what they involved in. They're some freaky frogs. They're some freaky frogs, and this is the kind of stuff that they do to accept you into their circle. Gabrielle Union, watch this. Y'all know, hey, y'all already know Gabrielle Union. Look what she did to Dwayne Wade's son. And y'all know all the kind of movies that she was in. What did Gabrielle Union have to do to become Gabrielle Union? Just real conversation. So Katt Williams definitely opened it up. This is something that a lot of us have already known and talked about, but the fact that he's able to say it on a national platform, YouTube, worldwide, to get it all out, that's why it got 40 million views right now, because everybody can go in there and decipher it for themselves and open it up to conversation. But that's definitely what I want to talk about. It's just, it makes me question damn near every but damn near every actor and actress, what do they have to do to get them damn movie roles? They all have to go to the director's seat. That they all have to go to that back room. Men and women. Let me think of somebody else just came out the blue way. Just came out nowhere and blew up. What's his name? Who died? The Black Panther. Chadwick Boseman. Is that his name? What did Chad have to do to get those movie roles, y'all? What did Chad have to do to get those movie roles? These is real questions. I'm sorry, y'all. These is real questions. What did Chad have to do to be the Black Panther? God rest his soul. Hey, the only one, it's a couple of them I think solid. I think Dave Chappelle solid. Because, he was already doing this thing, and they tried to put Dave Chappelle in the dress, and he wasn't going. And as we already know, he lost a lot of his success. They kind of put Dave Chappelle on the back burner for a while. He just recently resurfaced, but he paid for that. Dave Chappelle definitely paid for that. But yeah, man, the question comes, it makes you think, man. I mean, what are they doing to get these movie roles, man? Uh, Damn, I'm gonna think of a good one. Samuel L. Jackson. What did Samuel L. Jackson do to be in all them movies at that time? What did Samuel L. Jackson do? Hey, I know Katt Williams, he the one got us thinking like this, man. But hey, that's what it is, man. It makes you question it, man. Like, are these people really getting on because of their talent or because of what favor they did to that Hollywood producer? Huh? It's sad, man. And I always think that a lot of our people particularly got enough talent, got enough funds where you could come together and you can kind of create your own studios and you can kind of do your own thing. But for whatever reason, we don't see it that way. Like the other people, the other ethnic groups see it, to where you feel like you got to sell yourself short to get into that man's movie role where you can just come together and create your own damn movie. So a lot of us who look down on somebody like Dame Dash was always telling the truth. He might got a delivery you don't like, but if you break down what Dame Dash be talking about, he telling the truth. It's all about building yourself, working for yourself, and being your own boss. See, when you're your own boss, you don't got to worry about going to that director's chair. You don't got to worry about bending over for Harvey Weinstein when you're your own boss. But when you're not your own boss, these are things you're willing to sacrifice yourself to do and jeopardize your morale and your integrity because that's how bad you want to get into that movie. So, and then just like everything else, we're not going to learn from it. We're not going to learn from it. It's going to be another person that's going to want that movie role and that's going to do what they got to do to get that movie role. And I think that's the sad part about it, that you got somebody like Katt Williams that put it on the forefront, that put it out there, and we got enough successful people in the entertainment to where they could just come together and build their own Hollywood. But see, we don't see it that way. And that's the story of the land. That's just how it goes. But yeah, definitely, y'all, I'm just thinking though, after this information came out, who haven't sacrificed themselves in that way? Who has really got on just based on what they did, their hard work to get on? And I mean, let me think of some more names that was in all the movies. What's the lady name? She had a good run for a minute. They'll come to me, but yeah, it's just too many names, y'all. So, I mean, I was in Hollywood for a brief point in time, and I mean, I observed some kind of weird stuff going on, some stuff that I wasn't necessarily interested in, but I didn't think it'd be, I didn't think it was at a point to where you literally have to do sexual favors to get these movie roles. Like, I mean, it's one thing if somebody's saying, they want to take you out, just give them a chance or this and that. But these is just outright sexual favors it's like prostitution for movie roles. That's what it is. It's like, it's legalized prostitution to get these roles. And it's just sad, man, that then the killer part is you might got somebody, and then watch this. This is another way I'm looking at it. Just think, you got a lot of talented people that wasn't willing to do that. But guess what? The fact that they wasn't willing to do that, they didn't get the movie role. So some of the biggest names in Hollywood right now, I don't even think are some of the biggest names because everybody's not willing to sell themselves out like that. So you had some people that walked out that damn director's office, mad. You got some people that slammed the door, like, no, I don't need to be in the movie that bad. And what happened to them people? What about their story? See, you got to peel the layers back. So for every Kevin Hart, it's a Kevin Johnson that wasn't willing to do what Kevin Hart did. You know, Kevin Hart, like, I never really looked at Kevin Hart like he was that funny. Hey, shout out to Kevin Hart. I'm not no hater. He's just not my type of cup of tea, you know. But I never looked at Kevin Hart like he was just so funny. So it's like, I'm just wondering, what kind of extra favors did Kevin Hart do standing at 4'4" tall to just be in all these movies at a time? I remember it was a time period where Kevin Hart was doing like 3 and 4 movies a year. Every time you look up, Kevin Hart, Kevin Hart, Kevin Hart. And at that time period, you don't want to question it because, you know, you just feel like everything is fair, it's equal. He's a funny man, comedian. He's getting opportunity because he's this funny, but is he really getting an opportunity because he's that funny? Is he really getting an opportunity because he's that funny? Do you know how many funny people it is that not on the movie screen? What makes Kevin Hart so special, so appealing to where he's getting all these movie roles back to back to back? That's why I got to think about the Katt Williams interview. Kevin Hart, what did you do? Who did you pleasure? Who did you bend over for? Right? What did you do, Kevin Hart? Because to me, Kevin Hart, he just came out of nowhere. I think he was he didn't even have a funny role. He was in Dame Dash put him in. I think it was a couple of Rockefeller movies he was in at first. I think they say he was in Soul Plane. He was in something with Dame Dash, but he wasn't like just some superstar personality. Just a little funny short guy. Like I don't get it. So the fact that the mainstream pushed him to where they pushed him, you have to question it. What did Kevin Hart do to get all these movie roles? You know what I mean? And that's just one person. So me, I grew up on Martin Lawrence. That's what I consider Martin Lawrence to be my GOAT. Just from the stand-up, from the sitcoms, just you know, he could play different roles, impersonations. Like Martin Lawrence is naturally funny. Like you don't even need Hollywood for Martin Lawrence. Martin Lawrence could just come to your house and he'll have you laugh. So those are the real talented people to me. But hey, I'm gonna keep it real. You even got to question that. What did Martin Lawrence do? I mean, what did Jamie Foxx do? I mean, this is a real conversation. You know what I'm saying? It's an unpopular conversation, but it's a conversation we're having because it's like, what did these people do to get on? You know? So yeah, man, I mean, I think you got to go back to the real essence, man. Like, I'd say somebody like Billy D. Williams. I think people like that is probably 100% pure. I don't think Billy D. Williams had to compromise himself to get on in Hollywood. I don't think Billy D. Williams, Fred Williamson, the Hammer, I don't think he had to compromise himself. Sidney Poitier, I think there's some actors definitely that got on based on the merit of their talent. But what I'm really talking about is what Katt Williams was talking about, the industry plants. And it's definitely some industry plants. It's these people that came out of nowhere, and then all of a sudden, they get all the movie roles, they get all the big time acting roles, and they just, everywhere you look. I think it's some credence to that. What did these people do to get like that? You know, because you got some people that have worked real hard over years in movies and can't get another role. There's some great actors from the past that you'll see them in a great movie role, and then you don't see them no more. To me, they'll be the ones that stand up, that don't compromise themselves. Because you can't say they're not getting the roles because they're not talented. It's not because they're not talented. It's probably because they're not going to that director's seat. They're not going to that back row. You know, the ones that's willing to go to that back row, I'm thinking they're the ones that go put in your face. It's a reason that they put who they put in your face for a certain period of time, all these times. Another person, she just recently fell on hard luck, but it was for a moment in time. But everything you heard about was up. It was Tiffany Haddish. Every time it was Tiffany Haddish. I'm like, damn, where did she come from? Like, I don't even think she's all that funny, but for whatever it was Tiffany Haddish. Tiffany, what did you do to get the movie roles? I mean, hey, it's a real conversation, y'all. You know what I'm saying? And I'm definitely questioning some of our most popular actresses and actors as far as what do they have to do to get these movie roles. Because if it's just all based on talent, I know it's people way probably more funny than Kevin Hart, but they're not Kevin Hart. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, it's just something I wanted to just talk about real quick. And then Steve Harvey, that's another one. Now, Steve Harvey, I think they gave Steve Harvey, they gave him a special slot to me, like the gatekeeper slot for black entertainment. So I know Steve Harvey definitely compromised himself. I don't know what he did, but I believe Steve Harvey definitely got into the bed with the powers that be. Because there's no way Because I don't even think Steve Harvey's all that funny. To be honest with you, I don't even think he all that funny. I'm more of a Bernie Mac funny, Patrice O'Neal, like Richard Pryor. Like, those are guys that, I'm more find funny. Steve Harvey, his comedy, I mean, I get he has jokes and punchlines, but I don't really find him funny. So I definitely feel like Steve Harvey compromised himself along the way, just by him getting all those Family Feud and the movies he made, Think Like a Man, and just all the stuff he did. So yeah, man, I just think that the powers that be, it's a wicked game in Hollywood. It's wicked, and it seems like the further you go, you have to sacrifice yourself some type of way along the line. Ice Cube, I don't think Ice Cube had to compromise himself, but I think what Ice Cube going through now, the reason why Ice Cube is not able to be up there the way he should be, because he's not compromising himself. Everything Ice Cube did, he's basically funding himself out of his own pocket. He's not getting like a major push. He got his own movie scripts, he got his own cast, and a lot of times he's putting on his own talent. Now, once Chris Tucker, once Chris Tucker and Mike Epps and all these guys get their name off of Ice Cube movie, then once they go off to Hollywood and do their own thing, at that point, that's not Ice Cube's fault. He did what he was supposed to do. He got their foot in the door. And I think that's good for Ice Cube, that he able to discover a lot of the young up-and-coming talent. He's able to get their foot in the door, and then once they come up on their own, they get involved with their own thing, and at that point, you can't blame Ice Cube if they decide to sell their soul. So you can't blame that on him. So, but yeah, man, I just think Hollywood, man, it's a real wicked place. A lot of fans who just look at it from face value, they don't really be aware of all the stuff that be going on behind the scenes. Like, a lot of these people got to really sell their soul, and they got to really sell themselves out, compromise their morals, compromise their integrity to get these movie roles. That's how bad they want these movie roles. And I get it. I mean, especially if you're somebody that's your dream to be in a movie, to be in a TV series, you want to do what it takes to get there. But if you got these directors, asking you to do sexual favors and asking you to go to parties that ain't right, and you still willing to do it to get that role, to me, that's more on y'all. That's more on the people that's doing that than there's them directors. You got to be able to tell them motherfuckers, I'm cool. I don't need this movie. I'm good. So it just, what they call it, the root of all evil. The root of money. Money is the root. It's all for the money. People willing to go against everything they believe in to do that. And where I come from, I ain't never gonna sacrifice myself for, compromise my integrity, compromise what I stand for, compromise my morals, to get into a movie. But I guess maybe I feel that way because I ain't no actor, I don't know, but I just can't think anything that I want to do that bad that I'm willing to do something with a man. I don't think it's anything I would do that bad. Like, if I'm just gonna live a modest life, I guess that's what it is. If I never get to a millionaire success story, if I just got a modest life, but I didn't sell myself out, I didn't have to let a man play with me or something, and if that's a trade-off, then I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it because, a couple of people that know me for real, that's on this thing, we come from a real life, a real background, so that means more to us than anything, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, the people that's able to do that, man, I got no respect for them because it got to be a cutoff point. It got to be a point where it's gone too far. And then what happens is the people that don't stand up, like when our actors get into that director seat and this director telling you got to do sexual favors for you and you got to do certain things, if you're not blowing a whistle coming forward with that, you just as guilty as that director is because you're going to allow that to happen to the next actor come up in there that's not aware of that. Because some people are just naive to where they just think that director wants you in that room just based on your talent, especially attractive ladies. A lot of times, it don't be just because you're talented. It be because they're attracted to you and they want to get behind you. That's where a lot of it be. But you got a lot of our ladies that's naive. They want to just believe that they just so talented that they're going to get this movie role because they just so talented. Yeah, you talented to that director, talented looking. You talented looking to him. And like I said, even Halle Berry, I'm going to call Halle Berry out. Before this story came out with Halle Berry, do you know how many movies Halle Berry been in? Halle Berry been in movies, this go back to the 90s, probably the 80s. And she probably been in movies in the 80s. And this story came out with Halle Berry when Gilbert Arenas said that he heard Weinstein and them talking about, it was about four of them, how they was basically ran a train on Halle Berry. And do y'all know Halle Berry name never came out with this story? This was outed from Gilbert Arenas, a former basketball player. That's how this story came into play in 2023. It didn't come from Halle Berry. So, Halle Berry, you are guilty, and you got blood, so to speak, blood on your hands for all those young actresses that came behind you that got put in that same situation because you didn't come up forward and you didn't talk about it, Halle Berry. So you got a part in that. You got fault in that. That's how I look at things like that. But guess what? Halle Berry ain't care because she became Halle Berry. She got all those movie roles. She won awards. She was on magazines. And she's Halle Berry. But Halle Berry, what did you have to do to get all the movie roles, Halle Berry? Was it just all based on your talent? Or you had to do something else? And see, with the Katt Williams interview, that's what he got me thinking about now. I'm looking at all the actors. I ain't just, even the ones I like, even the ones I think stand up. I just think to myself, damn, what did that person have to do to get that damn role? Because the powers that be, the people that top, the people that's pulling the strings, them are some freaky frogs. Just in case y'all ain't know. I said, the powers that be, the people that's pulling the strings, the people that's able to sign your name on a contract, the people that's able to put you into the movie roles, them are some freaky frogs. Them are some freaky frogs. So if you got to be in concert with freaky frogs, chances are you have to do something. You have to do something. And it's like I said, it's too many to name. I feel like they got to Dwayne Wade. They got to a basketball player. I think they got to Dwayne Wade from Gabrielle Union. And they got to Gabrielle Union on her own, from her own working. They got to her. But that's how they got to Dwayne Wade. So it ain't just Odell Beckham. They got to Odell Beckham. I'm pretty sure, I'll bet money on this, they got to Odell Beckham. They got to him. So it's just a weird place. But I'm just glad I come up in an era to where we stand on ours. Win, lose, or draw. Whether we get 1 million subscribers, whether we get 2 subscribers, we stand on how we was raised, how we was brought up. We stand on it, and that can't be bought. That can't be compromised. It's not no dollar amount enough for me to play a role of a woman in any situation. I'm a man, and I'm gonna remain a man. And the people that I grew up with and around, we are men. You don't compromise that for no situation, for no money value, for no clout, for no extra buzz, no extra name. So when I hear this kind of stuff, it's foreign to me. I'm gonna be like Dave Chappelle. I hold Dave Chappelle in high regards. You come to me about putting the dress on, I'm gonna get 25 million movie contract, but I gotta put this dress on. I'm gonna be like Dave Chappelle. Well, shit, that movie ain't gonna be for me. That movie ain't gonna be for me. And if I gotta sacrifice that 25 mil like Dave Chappelle did, hey, that movie ain't gonna be for me. So the problem I'm having, when you got so many of our guys that's willing to do it for the 24 mil, it makes you question, damn, do anybody stand on anything in Hollywood? What do these people stand on? Do anybody stand on something? And watch this. I'll even say this too. It ain't just, like I said, it's the rappers, it's the athletes, even when Katt Williams talked about Luda. Now, out of nowhere, how Luda get these $200 million movie roles in the Fast Furious? Ludacris, what did you do? Hey, it's out there. I'm going to talk about it. What did you do, Ludacris? Ludacris wasn't the best actor. I know y'all saw that movie he had. I mean, he's an okay actor. But what did Ludacris do to get into the Fast and Furious series? See what I'm saying? Hey, man. It's like that, man. Even my boy, who I grew up with, Lorenz Tate. Like, damn, Lorenz, what did you do to get into some of the movies? Was everything just based that you just was a dope actor? Did you have to go to the director seat too? Because the powers that be, see, they don't look at these people the way we look at these people. We look at these people as they great people because of what they do, like we fans. We fans of them. So we hold them in a high regard because we fans of them. But the powers that be, the people that the puppet masters, they not fans of them people. They look at them dudes like fresh meat. They look at them women like fresh meat. Those are freaky frogs.